don't want to say we pulled off miracles in the last video, because we didn't. If we were to pull off those miracles, we'd be sat here talking about how we're in Europe next, or this season. But what we did manage to do is somehow pull ourselves from bottom of the league all the way up to 6th and actually qualify for the sort of promotion, not promotion group, but the top half of the table group. And really, that's as far as I expect us to go today, as we only have 5 games left of the season. 5th place is still potentially on the cards if we can really put a run together, but it's a big test today of what we can do against some of the massive sides in this league, and whether we can mix it with them to give us an idea of what potentially we could be like next year if we could just bring in a couple more signings. Oh yeah, and there's a youth intake. As always, if you have been enjoying the series up to this point, do be sure to smash a like on the video. That would be most helpful. I very much do appreciate it. And also thank you to people for checking out the series, even though we're 100 episodes into it. Now, I know that I have a youth intake item sat in my inbox. It's there. We're just going to jump straight in with a youth intake today. I'm positively optimistic, but at the same time, I've been let down before. Let's jump. Oh, dear Lord. Come on! Okay, that's way better than I was expecting. The amount of times I've been promised an excellent youth intake with Diamond in a very strong group of players and all that sort of jazz, and received absolutely sod all. And look at... I didn't even notice him. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so there's 2 5-star potential players in our youth intake. There's also Tukiainen, who looks like he could potentially be one of those players that maybe when they join us could go to 5 stars as well, based on what seems to happen. These 5, the top talent guys, could still be really solid players one day, but it's these 3 I'm most excited about. I'm actually going to do them in reverse order. I want a bit of pageantry here. So we'll have a look at Mika Tukiainen at first, who's a fullback, but potentially could be a left wing back maybe. He's not the quickest. He does have okay crossing, considering he's 16 years old, and also considering the league he's playing in. His tackling is actually okay, considering. Passing's quite decent. Good teamwork, positioning and marking. He'd need to go on some defensive positioning. He can't dribble to save his life. But again, he's only 16. Mikko Salminen. Oh, yes. Now we're talking. This is far more like... Look at the... Yes, Mikko. 12 aerial reach. 13 reflexes, good handling, kickings. One-on-ones isn't fantastic. Fairly loyal, which is nice to see as well. I think, honestly, for someone to have these kind of attributes in a keeper at the age of 15, 6'1" as well, I am very, very impressed with that. He's got some nice tent poles. Not spectacular, but I feel like with the right training, he could definitely build around that. The other guy, from what I can see from that graph, it looked like he could play right wing back. I mean, he's got high current ability. The fact that he's got 2.5 stars CA is mental. Oh, show me something awesome. Oh! Okay. 10 crossing at the age of 16, 11 marking, 12 passing. Tackling's only 9, but it's not the end of the world by any means. 15 acceleration as well, 16 natural fitness. Joni Kuralainen, tell me if I'm wrong, right, but he has future Finnish national team right back written all over him, surely. That he doesn't have a single attribute outside of leadership that is below a 5, that is below a 6. That is awesome. I honestly think it's not going to be that long. He could probably get in our first team now. I'm not even joking. Certainly as a backup right back to Rushi, but at the moment he could definitely do a job as a right wing back in the league for us. Yes, come on, that's amazing. So we're going to get these guys on some contracts, obviously, to lock them in as soon as possible. And obviously we'll get to our first match of today, which I believe is against the Cupsy boys. Well, he signed his contract. He's immediately worth nearly, well, I mean, technically, he's already worth upwards of £1.6 million, and he's a homegrown player too, which is so good. So this is more what I'm looking at. Like, for example, Austin Matthew here, who apparently has decided to stop being an NHL player and decided to start playing football instead for Nigeria. He's out of contract. Oh, this is just a dream. Look at the state of him. I know the finishing isn't fantastic, but just off what we can see right here, I know it says that, but he's available for free. Unless the compensation's too high. We've got to check that. Compensation would be £350,000. 66 grand for him. 66 grand. I realise obviously there's no issue. He won't be ever like homegrown or anything, but he would also count as EU. 66 grand for Austin Matthew. Oh, yes, please. There's also this guy, Miller Afonso from Angola as a deep line for... Oh, please. Oh, my days. He was released by 1 Degree D'Agusto. Trial, obviously, for him. So I've got him on that. 3 years, 850, with a 1-year extension on the end of it. I think, honestly, for £850, it would make him one of our highest paid players, but I feel like he's a quality player that would be worthwhile and would really boost that centre of midfield and attacking midfield. Honestly, we'll do a load more business next time around. I'm not going to blow it all on this particular episode. That'll be next time. But when you see a player like this, you have to move on him. Look at the state of Miller Afonso. He's got 14 caps for Angola, and he hasn't got a club. If I could get him cheap enough, I'd be tempted to just move immediately. Just based on what I see right here. He's just too good to turn down at this point if he's not too expensive. 1.9k a week, it's a lot of money. But, actually, would he be... Does Angola count? Even if it doesn't, we actually have space in the squad. Oh, I might... He's just I feel like these guys would make this squad so much better so quickly. But I think after this, if they do sign, I'm done with this until next video. Because today, wow, let's finally get into the first game. We travel away to KOPS. Of course, we're struggling at the start of last video as well, and both of us have been massively on the upward surge. Now, we are 6 points behind them, and I think it's really going to take some mammoth effort for us to climb any higher than we are at the moment. But I just want to see how many more points we can get on the board over the rest of the season. I hope that we can hit 30 plus. That's surely got to be the target that we're setting ourselves at this point. And just see how long we can keep the unbeaten run going for. Okay, this is going to require quite a lot of changes. Not being funny, but I'm actually tempted to start our new man, the 16-year-old Kurelainen, in right wing back today, just to give him a tryout. We've got 5 games of basically free hits. Might as well give the youngster some experience and see what he's like in the first team. So here we go. I have a feeling that we're going to get some defeats in this period. Also, I fixed the clock situation. Turns out there was something in preferences that I'd accidentally touched on the way down when I was looking for a different setting. So we are now back to the regularly scheduled clock. Hopefully today, I just want to see how the new youngster does, honestly. Thrown in. He's only just been placed into the first team. He's just came through at the club, 16 years old, on his debut in Finland, but I really don't think that this guy should have much trouble hitting the ground running. The fact that he's already considered as good as he is shockingly good, to be fair, but we'll just have to see how he does. Thrown straight into a top-flight league game in his first senior appearance, as already we're forced into action now with Boateng making a big save. Kurelainen getting his first touch of the ball, finds IU nicely. Oh, figures went over the top here. Go on! Oh, nearly. Väisänen nearly getting the goal. One thing we've actually not done so far is score a goal from a corner. Oh, Kurelainen's going to take the corner, and Zakiri has got the shot away, and it is 1-0 to FC Lahti. Great ball in from the youngster. Zakiri, literally, as I say that we haven't scored a single corner goal yet, we go and do it with Zakiri. Come on, 1-0. Kapitanos, I hope he's their captain. We've really looked in total control. We have 72% possession, so what a strike. Asko Pavola equalises for KOPS. What a hit that is. Nothing Boateng's doing about that. I still think we can go on and win this, though. We definitely need a slightly different type of player there as Väisänen's through, and it's a great stop again. He should have scored today. I mean, half-time, 1-1 is a little bit unfair on us, honestly. We've been spectacular. Väisänen's got through a couple of times and should have scored. The new youngster he's got some great deliveries from set pieces and stuff, and I really like that about him. I'm excited by the prospect of this team, and even IU's played okay today. Lennartson to deliver one. Coming in there, and it's a good... That's a penalty? I mean, I know we've had a couple of soft ones so far, so I don't think we can complain too much, but that is nonsense. I don't think we can complain too much, but I'm gonna, as now Lane has a huge opportunity to put KUPS in front, and he has done so. That is such a shame. We've been brilliant in today, and that was a shocking decision from the referees in this league are dreadful at the moment. A lot of Finnish football fans out there being like, yes, they are. Oh, well won. Nyberg picks it up. Finds Väisänen, pops it through for IU! Yes, finally! Gabriel Ayew scores his first goal since we've taken over, and what a finish that was on the full volley, I think. 2-2 here. That is a great strike. Oh, pings it through. Väisänen has to do something with this one. He goes round the goalkeeper, and it's another good save. He's missed 3 1-on-1s today, Väisänen. Heiskanen, here we go. Diallo's into stupid amounts of space here. He just has to find the right cross, and maybe first time? Yes, Väisänen! Saved again by the goalkeeper. Ayew, so many runners. Oh, wait, still got them. Väisänen drop it short and then go for the return ball. He's in, gets the shot away again. Runners available too. Oppong's one of them. Heiskanen, runs over Väisänen! And it's for the 5th time in this game he's had his shot saved by the goalkeeper. Boateng, that's just going to get cut out straight away. Väisänen now, can he get the return ball again? He's through once more. 6th time's the charm! And it is 6th time's the charm! KUPS 2, Lahti 3, Mikko Väisänen finally, after his 6th one-on-one opportunity of the game, finally scores. Don't let them have something out of nothing again. We've done that too many times today. Veek's through. Great save. Unbelievable stop from Boateng. It looks like it is, though, going to be KUPS 2, FC Lahti 3, and it is going to be another victory in a row for us. Is that 4 consecutive league victories for us now? And the scoreline might not represent it, but today we've been absolutely brilliant. So many chances carved open going forward against these guys, and that's exactly what you want to see. And there it is, a 3-2 victory away from home. But look at the domination, 3.3, and that's non-penalty. They had a penalty in this game, which makes them look better than they were, honestly. We were spectacularly good in this game. Goals from all over. Finally got ourselves a set-piece goal. Väisänen had his chances and finally scored one. We were just creating chance after chance. I really think that this team, I don't think they're going to be a title contender next year. We'll have to see how we do against SJK and HJK. But I think 3rd spot next season is very much on the cards because we've looked great against pretty much everyone so far. And I think this team can get stronger. And we have now cut the gap, 2 cups, of course, back to 3 points. So there is still a chance that we could overtake them. And technically, TPS are not... If we could somehow... If we ended up with 4th, that would be some finish to the season. But I really think that 5th is probably the best we can hope for, and that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But honestly, if we come 6th, that's fine too. It looks like HJK have bottled the title, though. They have a player called Ben de Kock. I swear to God, his name is Ben de Kock. Well, my friends, we're getting Austin Matthew. I'm very, very pleased with that. I think, look at the quality of player we're getting in him for £72,000 in total. I think he's thoroughly worth it. Well, Miller Afonso is actually going to sign for us, and to be honest, I just can't see any reason why not. He may lack that brilliant finishing ability, but he's just so good all round that I think there's no way that signing him on a free transfer, even on a contract like that, isn't good business for us in terms of just having a player that will no doubt have brilliant resale value as well. And his name's Miller Afonso. What more do you want? Drogba delivers for SJK. It's a great ball in, and it's in the back of the net. Kevin Al-Hassan gives SJK, the current leaders of the league, the lead here, and they've been pretty good in the opening 3 minutes. Yeah, just kind of an all-round poor performance from us really there. 1-0 defeat, our first defeat in the league this season against HJK, who are currently top. They were that little bit better. What I would say is, I don't think the gap's that big, to be fair. I think without the red card, maybe we could have offered something in the second half and a couple more signings, and I think we'll honestly be on HJK's level very quickly, but we are clearly not there on the same level as the big two. Anyway, I think with everybody else, I think we can give them a run for our money, and I want us to at least finish the season probably statistically maybe the third best side, even if our league position isn't there. That's my aim for us, and I think we actually were up to that at one point, but I think these two are just that little bit better than us, as we can tell from the moment, and our strikers had nothing to feed on today at all. But it's just one of those things. Luckily, TPS and KUPS also lost, so we still have a chance to catch them both in the remaining 3 matches. But now the gap as well at the top. 7 points, 3 matches to go. SJK need 1 win out of their remaining 3 matches to be crowned champions of Finland. It would be quite nice to see HJK knocked off their perch the moment we get here. It's like they feared us. Oh, Pong! Oh, that is lovely. Oh, it's just a bit too wide for Ayu. Unless Diallo can pop this back across for someone, and Opong is there, and it's 1-0 to FC Lahti. Emmanuel Opong. That was such an overcomplicated piece of play, but we do have the lead here, which could send us 5th. I mean, that is actually a very good victory. Hard fought. Opong's goal was the separator. Boateng had to make some good stops in this game. Really important one. The late equaliser from KUPS, unfortunately, does keep us in 6th spot, but winning this away at TPS now means there is a chance we could actually catch up to 4th spot. We've given ourselves that glimmer of hope. We're only 2 points behind TPS, much better goal difference as well. Just the 1 point behind KUPS. Like, this is very much on for us now, but we obviously have our last 2 matches against FC Honka and HJK, so it seems unlikely, I would say. Gordon Lammy's delivery, and it's in. It's in. Rope Letimati rather, with the equaliser, with the leading goal for Honka. That's not what we wanted, because we've been brilliant in the first 40 minutes. I'm on level with you, friends. I'm not entirely sure how we lost that game. They had 2 shots on target and did nothing. They got a red card as well. We managed 34 shots. 13 on target for a 3.31 and couldn't score a single goal. I mean, we know that this team were having a trouble, and that's the biggest issue, is just seemingly, it feels like whenever we take over a side, they just always seem to miss their chances constantly for like the first year and a half, and then they start finally managing to catch up with that. But the chances are there, we just don't have the quality to finish them at the moment. I mean, we are underperforming our XG by such an enormous amount, it's unbelievable, and it's an actual travesty that we didn't, and unfortunately, as a result of that, unless we beat HJK at home on the final day of the season, it's unlikely we're going to finish any higher than the 6th spot that we're currently in. It's disappointing, but I feel like the only game that we've really deserved to lose so far was the one against SJK, who, interestingly, drew against KUPS, and the gap is now suddenly back to 2 points. Are they about to bottle it from a 7-point lead? It has just occurred to me that actually the game against HJK is not the final game of the season. There's the European playoff matches to come, and that's quite difficult to know how to handle from a livecom perspective, because we're going to be in that no matter what. It's just occurred to me, so I don't know how that works at the moment, but we're going to figure it out in a minute, I suppose. So that was supremely disappointing, but also supremely encouraging at the same time. It's 2 matches in a row now where we've created a ton of chances and not scored. That's like nearly 5 XG's worth in 2 games, and we've managed to find no goals out of it. Bad. But what I would say is our defense has really tightened up over that period as well. They've been fantastic, and to keep HJK out in the way that we just did, to deny them the title and play them off the park here, that really does show to me I think we can compete with these guys later down the line. Did they get an injury at some point that caused them to play with 10 men for a while? But nevertheless, we are going to be the ones that start in the first round of it, because of course that's where we finished. They're 6th in the league with 32 points. Honestly, I think we probably deserve to finish a lot higher than that. I think 4th would have been definitely good enough for us. We should have won our last 2 matches, really, rather than dropping 5 points. We should be sat here on 37 points, enjoying 4th spot, but that's just how it goes. Because statistically, you can see just how good we've actually been, but it's the minus 14 on goals scored. That's the biggest issue. To create 38 goals worth of XG and only score 24 is kind of astonishing. It's the worst it's ever been, but the chances are there. We just need to get the better players in now. Okay, I now understand how this works. It's actually 2 teams from the lower group that get to play in these as well. So it is all over the shop, and the winner plays against KUPS. Slipping it out wide for Kuriainen. To Nebo, round the side, Weissen's throw, that's a great effort, and it's a goal. It's FC Lahti 1, KTP 0, and of course it's Mikko Väisänen, does the job again, and we finally scored a goal. Love to see it. Peravois round the side, Väisänen's in there, and it's 2-0. Mikko Väisänen grabs another one. He just requires a lot of chances to score goals. That's the simple fact of the matter, because he just doesn't have that finishing ability, but we've given him the chances. Need to block this off nicely, and Peravois with a good tackle, and yet again, I swear every penalty that has been given since we joined this club has not been a foul. Like, both for and against us. It is utterly mental. Niemi with a chance to bring KTP back into it, and he does. Don't screw this up, lads. Well, we do manage to progress, but I said there's a real element of fortune about that. We were decent. Obviously, the penalty makes them look better than they were, but yeah, the penalties in this league are ridiculous. I don't think I've seen a single one that was actually a penalty given so far. They're all just random nothing fouls. We do get through with the 2 goals from Vesinen to put us into the semi-finals, but the fitness levels are really going to catch up with us at the moment, and I think one of the reasons we were able to be so good during that period earlier is that we had less fixtures, but at the moment we have very little room for rotation. We have at least made the semis. Can we still get Europe? I don't know. I think it's unlikely. Opong. So, this is for a chance to play off against KUPS for an opportunity to get into Europe, as Vesenen's already through. He's trying to go back to his right foot, and he has done it. It's another save. Oh, lovely little work. Gashi, good touch on him, but it doesn't matter because the chance is once again hopefully going to appear for us. It's fallen through for Vesenen, who pokes it home for 1-0 to FC Lahti. We lead away at TPS, and we are this close now to that final. I think we could beat KUPS if we play them. I really think our biggest challenge is this game here away at TPS. I know we won, I think, earlier in the season here, but still, they give us a really tough opposition, and I feel like if we can win here, we'll be in a really good spot. Gashi, again, Vesenen's through, back to, no, goes to his left this time, dinks the keeper, and it's 2-0. 7 minutes gone, and Mikko Vesenen has hit form at the exact right moment. He gets so many chances. Just think what Maget Samba is going to be like next season. Gashi again, Azika, and Vesenen's in for a 3rd time today. He slotted us home. It's 3-0 and a hat-trick for Mikko Vesenen in the first 15 minutes here. He just gets chance after chance. This league isn't ready for us next year. Pops it over the top for Opong now. He's through on goal. Could he make it 4? You're damn right he can. 17 minutes gone, and it's TPS 0, FC Lahti 4, and Opong just completes the game, surely. We've just looked in total control. This is this style at its very, very best today, when everything's just flowing and the chances are actually being taken. This is what we can potentially do on our day. Opong, look at the run again. Ardi and Gashi's in. Could he square it? He does. He finds Taman. That was absolute sex. That finish, that whole play, 5-0 FC Lahti, but everything about that is what I want from this team. Wonderful. Johnson delivers it. Go on, lads. Clean sheet for the boys. Oh. Hi, man on the line. Have you considered moving? Well, there we have it. We are in to the European Places playoff final with a 5-1 trashing of TPS. Thoroughly outrageous. Gashi was ridiculous in this game. 3 assists, but also Azike sat in behind. Those two weren't normally in the squad. And now I have to think to myself, are these two actually the exact types of players that we need? Because Gashi with the 3 assists there and Azika got 2 and just ran the show from that role. And it's so rare that we actually get a player run the show from that attacking midfield role. And Azike just took to it perfectly. I might have a look at these guys and see why they did so well. I suspect tiredness was absolutely a factor in that. As by the way, Gran Kulot are relegated in the end. Ekines do come back to the top flight again. But yeah, I think maybe TPS were a bit tired, but they should not have been able to dominate them that much. That was utterly brilliant. And now we have a chance, a one-off game, to get ourselves in Europe. It's so much like the last one with Sunioska, where we beat Esbjerg to qualify for Europe. But we were bottom when we took over. And if we end up getting European football out of this, I will be over the moon. Oh, it's a 2-legged bloody final. Jesus Christ. They just want to throw extra games at us. 40 minutes gone. All we've really done so far in this game is get 4 yellow cards in the opening 20 minutes, which kind of sucks as Opong's already through. Slips it around the side for Vesenen. It's a good save again. Well, with 3 minutes to go here, a 0-0 is far from ideal in the home leg. We really wanted to try to get ourselves in front here to have something to take away from home, and I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it on their ground potentially later on. Ayu. But if we could come up with some magical here, Provo, and it's through, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Gabriel Ayu in the 92nd minute. It's 1-0 to FC Lahti, and that means so much, because it means anything other than a defeat there, and we are in Europe. Absolutely massive from us at the end there. Ayu's goal in the 92nd minute. We actually had that other chance for Weissman straight after that, which could have made it 2-0. In the end, we probably just about deserved the victory, and it's just such a huge carrot to take with us to that away game. But again, the defense has been stellar. We've looked really, really good. Again, one more match to get through. If we don't lose this, we'll be in Europe next year out of nowhere. Well, here we have it. 1 game left. All we have to do is not lose at KPS, and we will be in Europe next year from being bottom of the league when we took over. It's quite the turnaround in fortunes, but we would have only lost the 2 games in there, and only one of which I think we even deserve to lose. This is a really quality side, and I can't wait to see what we achieve next year, but we give ourselves a massive chance at maybe even achieving slightly more than that if we can get back into Europe. Although the distraction of Europe isn't ideal in a way, but the money is what could help us build this squad into the future. But changes will be needed, particularly as there's 2 suspensions. But all in all, I don't think it's too bad. The defense is a little bit weaker than I would like, really. I think Zakiri... Nah, you know what? Zakiri can start here. I don't like that link anyway, but I think the rest of the team is fine. Kira Linen's come in and done a fantastic job at just 16 years old. He's really anchored ourselves in that spot. He's had some good games so far. He's just consistent. If we just play okay in this tie, we will get, let's say in this game, we will get the win. Don't know about on the night. I don't really care about winning on the night. We've got that lead from the first leg, and that's all that really matters. We've won 3 in a row now, which is super duper important just to get to this point. We've really had to dig deep to make this work. But the turning point for me felt like it was that game against TPS away from home, the 5-1, where we just out of nowhere came flying at them and produced one of the best performances I've seen from this team. Vik is already through, and he's good. What a stop. Kurolainen to drop that corner. It's a good ball in, and Zakiri nearly got to it. Kurolainen's going to have to bust it to get there, but he's got that speed and athleticism to make that accelerated run. Zakiri now to Heiskanen. Pops that wide for Diallo. An early goal would really start to put us in a strong position. Diallo's really struggled in that role this season, I must say. We do need to look for someone in that position. Diallo finds half a yard, though. Peravoy, ball in, and Versinen's header is in the back of the net. It's 2-0 now on aggregate, and that is exactly what we needed to start this game off. Come on, lads. Lennartson's ball in. Diallo clears it. Speaking of Diallo and that left-back spot, I found a guy in Senegal who is rated at 4.5-star 5-star from, would you believe it, Generation Foot, who is a complete wing-back on that side, who I'm very tempted to try to get in for us and make that the final piece of the puzzle in that position, because I think he could be the key for us next season on having quality on both wing-back spots. Peravoy back for Diallo. Whips it in nicely, actually. Versinen's there, and it's over the bar. What a chance. But I'll save talk of new signings and whatnot for the next episode when we do full transfer stuff, because I think this team is going to look a lot different next year, but also a lot better. There's Versinen's through. It's a great first touch and another stunning stop. Wow, he just gets so many chances. It really does feel like with a striker that could consistently finish, you could absolutely clean up in this league, as Zakiri's header is on target too. We are playing so much better today than we were in the first leg, although that is such a terrible throw that could cost us desperately, as Holter's shot is well saved by Boateng. Heitinen's ball through. Niba scored a lot of goals earlier this season. Can he do it? No. Well saved again. Fires one out for Kurolainen on the right-hand side here. What's the young man got in his locker this time? Just driving to the byline, whipping it through, and nearly put over the line. What a block. Easily won again. Ayu's got the overlap again from Kurolainen. He's always there, just waiting. Look at this. The acceleration on the young man is what is the key thing. He's just got such a quick turn of pace. Pops it in for Niba. Can he strike it? Drops it back around the side for Ayu. So many options in there. Oh, Kurolainen's one of them. Niba! And it's 3-0. 3-0 on aggregate. Pekka Nyberg with the goal. Kurolainen with the assist. And we've deserved that. We've come here to play. Our away form lately has been astonishing. I mean, that is some first half. 15 shots, 9 on target, 2 goals, 3-0 on aggregate. We're going to be in Europe next year, surely. This team is just, I love it. Peravoy, Niba. But look at the link-up is astonishing. It's through again. Niba, can he finish this off? Oh. Well, he should have done. Oh, dear. Now we're down to 10 men. Diallo's just gone through the back of someone for no reason at 3-0 up. Don't let this be a turning point. Niba pops one over the top now. Peravoy's through. Oh, here we go. It looks like it is going to be KUPS 0, FC Lahti 3 on aggregate, and we're going to be playing in Europe next season out of no... That is some result for us. Well done, lads. Look at the state of that. Much, much better away from home today. Versinen and Nibo's goals did the business for us, but we were just great from start to finish here. What a run we've managed to go on at the end of the season to somehow pull ourselves out of that rut we were in, qualify for the top half group. Not that it would have mattered. We could have still got into Europe otherwise, clearly, because we've got to play against 2 of the bottom half teams, but still, the fact that we managed to do that, get through, 2 different ties there, and then through the final as well. Did we even concede a goal? Yeah, we did. We had one against TPS, didn't we? But still, that is fantastic. It's going to make such a huge difference to us for next season to really prove that we can be up there, and with the right players in the right positions. And we've not even spent that much money on these guys. I think with Austin Matthews, with Maget Samba, I think his name is, or Maget Traore. We've got another guy I want to look at, that left wing back I told you about, but I'll show you him next video. I think we've got all the makings of a solid side. We have a budgets maybe? So there we go, yeah. We do get Conference League next season, which is not bad, really, when you think about it. Right, budgets at all? Budgets at all? Okay, I guess we're not going to get the budgets immediately. But needless to say, I'm excited about this. I think once we took over, things really seemed to calm down. Yes, we lost that game against SJK, but I don't think we were good enough in this one. I think against FC Honka, we should have won that comfortably, but things just happen. Even got a chance to play a game against Chicken Wings today. This is how life is going for us right now. We're in top shape. We really, really are. Next season, we've got some great players coming in. Hopefully we can find a few more of them. We've got Europe. We've got a real chance at competing this year. I think we've got everything's there for us to make this happen. So if you have enjoyed this, and I really hope you have, drop a like. That would be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Go follow there too. And I'll see you guys soon for a transfer window special. Not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.